Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to start off completely barefaced and just go over my everyday face when I want to do a face in general, but I wanted to look good and like I tried really hard and did like a 3-hour long look and woke up hella early to do it, but in reality it probably took me 21 minutes as long as I'm listening to good music. As long as I'm listening to music, I don't know what it is, if I can get my face done in like 15 minutes, like full on mascara, highlight, contour, lips, fake, whatever you need to do in 15 minutes. So I make sure to listen to music. If I'm watching any kind of Housewives or Netflix or Hulu, I don't know what happens, but somehow I'm always like zoning out watching it during my makeup and I don't even realize it. So this is like my everyday face when I want it to be fast and easy, but also kind of on the glam-ish. So before getting into things, I do want to address that I have been away. I know it's been almost, I think, 2 months. I haven't been neglecting YouTube, or I mean I have been neglecting YouTube, but I've just been away and busy and I just really need to take some time off to get re-inspired and figure out exactly what I want to make of my channel in the upcoming year. And just thinking about a lot of different things coming up in the future, behind the scenes, work-wise, and things like that. Social media is not my full-time job personally. I do work outside of social media, so when I'm busy, when there's a lot going on, when I'm traveling and doing all these different things, it's kind of hard. And YouTube does take the kind of back burner. I am trying to get better. That is one of my resolutions in life, not even this year. But just getting better about that and really making sure to pre-film and do all of those things. I know a lot of people were irritated and upset and I got a lot of comments about it. For those of you that thought I abandoned YouTube, or you guys, I am completely sorry. That was not my intention. But I just needed a little bit of a break. I am back now and I'm really trying to stay on top of it as much as I can. I'm not going to make any promises that I can't keep, but I am trying, and I do have a lot of videos lined up that I am very excited to share with you. So without rambling on any further, let's get into my routine. Of course, because it's a new video, I definitely wanted to try something new. This is the LA Girl Pro Matte High Definition Longwear Foundation. I feel like I've seen a couple people say that they really enjoy this, or at least that they liked it. Not that they loved it, but they at least liked it. So I'm going to be shaking it up to get it ready. I don't know what shade this is. I have shade Sand. I'm trying this out for the first time, so let's see how this goes. If you guys want a full dedicated review on this after I kind of form an opinion about it, I can definitely do that, so let me know if you want to see that. So I'm going to mix Sand and Natural together just to get a little bit of a lighter shade because I need to match my neck, and my neck is a lot lighter than my face. This foundation feels kind of like creamy and thick, but runny at the same time. Now, as far as application, I still am really not using brushes for my foundation. I'm just using my Real Techniques face and body sponges, which are huge. I'm obsessed with these. I have not stopped using them since I started, and they just get the job done 10 times faster than a beauty blender would. And I have a big man face, so it covers a lot more territory faster. So this actually dries down to a very soft, powdery matte finish, which isn't a finish I've ever been a fan of, but this feels super nice and it looks very like, it looks like skin, but flat, matte, but without looking drying, which I've never seen. So I'm definitely interested in wearing this like long term and seeing how it wears throughout the day. I'm not gonna be wearing my makeup that long tonight because it's just not that kind of night to be wearing a lot of makeup, so I'm not going to be doing that tonight, but if you guys want to see a follow-up review on how this wears and all of that, please let me know and I'll definitely get to that. And again, this is definitely oxidizing as I'm wearing it, so it probably got a couple shades darker as well, so keep that in mind if you're looking into getting it. This is the Shape Tape in Light Medium Honey, and I'm just adding this right under my eyes and then up on the sides of my nose. The Shape Tape I like. I don't love it. I don't know, I'm kind of undecided on Shape Tape. I feel like it works on a lot of people, but on me I feel like a lot of times it really dries out my under eyes and looks really matte. So I'm kind of undecided on how exactly I feel about it. I keep using it, but I don't know. I feel like there's something better out there. Alright you guys, so I'm actually really liking how the skin looks right now. I'm not used to my base being this flat, like in finish, but I think it looks really nice. Now I'm going to take this LA Girl Pro Conceal Concealer in the shade Toast. I love these for contouring because they're so affordable and also easy to kind of map out your face. So I always like doing little notches through the contour line. Now whenever you have more of a matte foundation, you always want to blend these areas fast because when you have a matte foundation, everything kind of sets faster on top. So you want to go right in. And kind of just blend up really fast. And it would probably help if the sponge is the same one you use for your foundation, just because it helps to move the product a little bit easier. The place where I always make sure to do this cream bronzing contouring is always around my forehead. For me, powders never tend to cling on around this area without a cream base. And also, I feel like powders on their own kind of fade, especially because I have an oilier forehead. It just basically eats up all the makeup. So I always have to do more of a cream base, blend it in back into my hairline. I also like doing that because it makes your foundation look more uniform when everything's perfectly blended seamless into the hairline, as opposed to sometimes powders can leave that kind of line. So I like taking it and then I'm just bringing it down to meet my contour. That way everything's seamless and has a flow as opposed to being patchy and overdone. And again, just blending it back into the hairline. So I feel like this foundation color is a little bit too warm for me, but we're just gonna make it work for today. So for under eyes, my baking technique and kind of setting and the way I like it to look has not changed personally. I feel like to set with the pressed color powder, then going with the powder to bake, and I like my baking to be very precise. I'm actually going to be trying these CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Powders today. They feel super smooth. They almost feel like creams when you touch them, so I definitely want that under my eyes. So I'm going to be taking it on this Dose of Colors brush. This is still one of my favorite under eye brushes, and all I do is look up and smooth out any creasing, and then I set. And I wanted this to give a little bit of brightness, which it is, it's giving a bit of brightness, and it's not looking obnoxiously dry, it's not looking crazy dry. It's looking a little bit dry, but it's not looking crazy dry, so we'll take what we can get today. Same thing, look up, smooth out creases, and set. And I go right up to the sides of my nose. And then it's funny because I didn't think anything of this sponge. I don't even know if Tarte still has it. I feel like it was one of those ones that just came out and left as fast as it came out. And I like this because it has a nice point. I'm taking the RCMA powder, and again I just look up and I trace the powder right where my little lines are, and nowhere else gets hit with powder because I get really dry if I do it everywhere. If you're not dry, you'll probably be fine, but for me, this is just what works. So I personally just bake my whole nose because that's where I get oiliest. Everywhere else I'm basically fine. What you can do too is if you're ever dry, you can take a fan brush into your translucent powder and just run over your face to very lightly set. Just make sure it's not the one you use for your highlighter, or else that won't be the best. I'm just lightly setting because again, this is very matte. Like it actually feels like I already have set with the powder. So I don't want to overdo it either because again, I do get dry patches. So yeah. So in an effort to add a little bit more life to my face, I'm going to be taking this Givenchy bronzer. This is the number 2 shade. It's that super nice, glowy, healthy skin bronzer. And I'm taking this on my Tom Ford bronzer brush. I love this bronzer. I feel like I've used it once or twice and I don't pick it up because sometimes if I have a small breakout on the forehead, it can emphasize it. So that's most of the reason why. And I just don't like emphasizing things that I don't want to emphasize. Alright, so I don't know who I've become in the recent months, but I haven't been wearing highlight like I've been usually wearing highlight. The Breezy highlight came out and I love it. It's beautiful. I bought it because that's a whole other story. But I love this highlight. The only place I really wear highlight currently, I'll show you. So I wear it here because I like that forehead glow. Again, if you guys don't know, I love a glowy forehead. And then I go Cupid's bow, of course. And then I like to do chin because I feel like it kind of elongates the face a little bit more. At least on me personally, personal opinion, I like it. You don't want to do it too close to your lip or else it looks like under lip sweat. So definitely keep it lower if you're trying to elongate because then it's gonna, yeah. And I usually have been leaving the cheekbones alone and using more of a glowy blush. Now I've been really loving this NARS cheek palette. This is in the darker shade. There's more of a lighter highlight shade. There's highlight and then there's two like darker shallot colors. I like taking this middle shade and sometimes I'll dip into the highlight a little bit. And what I do is take it on this stippling brush because again, these apply a little bit less product and it makes sure that you're not too heavy-handed. And then I just sweep it over the cheek and especially right on the high points and it almost gives you a highlighted look, but in a more subtle way because sometimes I feel like when I want my skin to look really nice, I feel like sometimes really heavy highlights can take away from it and you're so distracted by that blinding highlight that you can't really tell that someone's skin looks really good and the highlight is all you see, and I feel like that kind of takes away from so much. So I like taking this nice warm illuminating shade and just swiping it from the tops of my cheekbones. And then there's also these new Morphe highlights. Now Morphe, again, has been killing it. I do have a Morphe discount code, it's just my first name. I have been very open about things I do and don't like from Morphe. I'm not someone who's just gonna shove it down your throat and tell you you need it. But again, I just opened last night. These are the high impact highlights. This is more of a pinky one. It's like a sheer pink, so when it actually goes on the skin, it gives you such a nice glow. It's probably never going to actually show up on camera, but I definitely want to incorporate this into a look because I love pink highlights. So yeah. That's usually how I've been highlighting lately. I've been keeping it very simple because again, I don't want to distract from everything and make my skin look almost like crunchy and dry and dehydrated. So that's that. Okay, so as far as shadow on a very, very quick on-the-go basis, I actually really enjoy shadow sticks. Now, I feel like all shadow sticks are not made the same. Some are very emollient, some are cream and powders, some set waterproof, some don't, some have primer in them, some don't. Everything's very different. My favorite are the Nude Sticks Magnetic Eye Colors because they're completely waterproof, and all you do is draw them on, and as you can see, it's very pigmented. This is the shade Copper Foil. This is my favorite shade. I've been through so many of these. And when I want a quick and easy eye look, all I do is look up and smudge this. I don't even have to look for this. And these don't make my eyes water. And even if my eyes do water from allergies or anything like that, these do not move all day. So I love a product I can trust, and I hate having to touch up or worry about things like that. So I love this. And all I like to do is dip into my bronzer shade on a brush and look up and just bluff this out. Now today I kind of want to use a highlighter just because I'm dying to try the Morphe highlights, and I love, again, pink highlight, so I'm going to try this one today. And I think the brush I'm going to use is going to be this Real Techniques Duo Fiber one. It just says fan brush. It's Duo Fiber fan brush. What I like about this is I feel like it really blends out highlights so well. There we go. And I like where it places it. It places it really high on the cheekbone. Nice highlight. And I like that this is kind of like that translucent highlight to where all you see is a pink glow and not a pink stripe of like a blush color or something. Now, as far as mascaras, I'm definitely not tied down to one either. I feel like I kind of bounce around a lot, but I do have some favorites. I haven't used the Better Than Sex in a while, so I'm going to use that today. For me personally, with my everyday look, my mascara is definitely a focal point because I really like to have larger lashes and kind of play down the lip. A little bit of a darker nude, but it's something that's not too dark. Just because I don't like my lips to be the focal point of my look, I just like it to be very clean but done, if that makes sense. So I'm going to apply this and I'm going to fast forward through it. I'm sorry for the mascara face in advance, I warned you. So I'm apologizing once, that's it. And then as far as lips go, I like to do more of a neutral color, and I use this Nude Sticks Lip and Cheek Pencil in the shade Mystic. It's more of a mauve tone. This has vitamin E and shea butter in it, so I like it because I get a little bit more dry and I like more of a sheen, so yeah. So this is basically my look when I want to run out the door and I want to look a little bit more presentable and maybe a little bit more on the glam side, but also very fast glam. This again can take me anywhere from 10, 15, 20-ish minutes. Again, depending on whether I have coffee or not, what kind of music is playing, whether it's 21 Savage or whatever it is. It just depends, you know, but this is my fast routine. Obviously, I add and take away certain steps depending on the day, depending on where I'm going, and also depending on the look I'm going for. So I hope you guys like this. I hope you guys learned something today, maybe a new technique or something different. If you guys want to see a full dedicated review on this, I'm going to keep wearing it. Let me know, because this is $10 and I feel like I might have found something that actually is worth really just like looking into. So I'm gonna be trying this out, seeing if it breaks me out, seeing how it wears and all of that. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your patience, and sorry again for being away to those of you guys who were really upset about it. Again, that was not my intention to make anyone upset or anything like that. I just really needed a break from a lot of things, social media, and I was still active on Instagram and was replying to you guys constantly, but I know that you guys really want YouTube videos, and also a lot of you may not be on Instagram. So thank you for your support always. It really does mean the world to me, and it does not go unnoticed, so I really appreciate it. Please let me know what kind of videos you want to see from me in the future, what you're excited for in the future, and also is there something new that you want me to review or anything like that. Please let me know in the comments down below and I'll be happy to do it and add it to my list. Thank you so much for watching again, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and all of that. Leave a comment down below. And yeah, until next time, I will see you then.